It was a Wednesday, I remember, because I'd just gotten back from the cemetery. Fresh lilies, her favorite. The headstone still looked too new, too clean for how much time had passed. 2 years. 2 years since the accident. 2 years since I buried my wife. 2 years since I lost everything. Or thought I had. Then came the knock. Polite, rehearsed. A lawyer. Expensive suit, cheap smile. And in his hand, a lawsuit. Filed by my wife. A claim for $7 million. Assets, damages, restitution. Her name, her signature, her address. My hands didn't shake, but his did when I said, "She's dead." His smirk dropped like a mask torn off mid-scene. I watched his pupils shift, left, then right, searching for logic where there was none. "She? Filed last week," he muttered, suddenly less sure of his footing. And I knew, in that moment, that someone was playing a very dangerous game. We were happy once. At least, I thought so. Sarah was lightning in a silk dress. Sharp, stunning, full of life. We met at a legal seminar. She was the storm, I was the umbrella, always chasing after her chaos to keep things dry. Years passed. We built a life, lofty, modern, pristine. And beneath that glass and marble existence, cracks formed, subtle, invisible to outsiders. But I felt them. Cold silences, late meetings, the way her phone always faced down. Still, I loved her. Or maybe I loved the idea of her. The accident was brutal. A rainy road, a crash, burned ID, dental records, closed casket. They said it was her. I mourned, died inside, spent nights gripping her sweater like a lifeline. But grief has edges, and mine had started to cut deep. I couldn't shake the feeling something was off. She'd left her wedding ring on the nightstand. Always wore it. Always. The insurance payout was fast. Too fast. Her will, too perfect. Then came the anonymous letter. She's not dead. She's watching. No return address, no name. Just that one line. That was when I stopped grieving and started watching. 6 months. That's how long I planned. Every day I moved like a widower, quiet, detached, broken. But behind the curtain, I hired a private investigator, off-grid, no paper trail. I liquidated half of my assets into offshore accounts, bought an alias, followed the money. And the trail? It stank of betrayal. Fake IDs, new passports, real estate under shell corporations. The woman I buried? A ghost. The woman alive? My wife, Sarah. She faked her death. To escape. To steal everything. And she would have gotten away with it if she'd just stayed gone. But greed makes people stupid. Suing me? That was her mistake. The revenge was surgical. I let the lawyer go, watched his panic turn into questions he'd never dare ask. I gave him nothing, just silence and a smile. Meanwhile, I moved. First, I sold everything in my name. Everything, public, visible, gone in weeks. Then, I slipped into the world she thought she'd hidden in. Mexico first, then Belize, then Panama. And there she was. New name, new hair, same arrogance. Living in a cliffside villa with my money. With my best friend. He'd disappeared right after the funeral. I watched them for 3 weeks. Routine is a weakness, and they had plenty. Then I struck. I recorded them. Every laugh, every wine glass, every secret whispered over firelight. Then I sent them flowers, roses, red, from the dead. She cracked first. Paranoia. He thought she was drinking too much. Then came the leak. The videos, broadcast to the board of my former company, to the IRS, to his wife. Yes, he had one too. Collapse was immediate. He was arrested on fraud charges, tax evasion, money laundering. She tried to run, didn't get far, because I sued her. Forgery, identity theft, fraud, insurance scam, and best of all, murder. See, there was a body in that car, not hers. An escort, disfigured, paid off to be her shadow, left to burn. The police missed it. I didn't. DNA confirmed. And when the charges came in, I was there, front row, watching her world burn the way she tried to burn mine. The courtroom was cold. She looked at me once, just once, like she wanted to say something, apologize, justify. I didn't blink, didn't smile, just whispered, "Checkmate." Now, she sits in a federal prison, 25 to life. He's gone, suicide in his cell. My assets? Restored. My name? Clean. But my heart? It's not broken anymore. It's armored. I visit her grave every year, the real one now, right next to the woman she paid to die for her lie. And I leave her lilies, out of tradition, not love. Because when someone you love betrays you that deeply, the only fitting revenge is making sure they live long enough to lose everything they built their betrayal for, and watch you walk away whole, without regret.